Okay, do you see that right there? That is one of my macaws, Cami. She's a Harlequin macaw. That's my backyard. I forgot what my video's about. What is a hawk-headed parrot like as a pet? Hi, I'm Kaylin, the author of the Parrot Bliss Bond. If you want a wonderful gift for the holiday so that you can know how to take wonderful care of your parrots so that you can then have quantities of bliss, make sure to ask for it. It's on Amazon.com. So, what's it like to have a hawk-headed parrot? When you talk about, and this is like my holiday version of me. There you go. So, when you talk about parrots, one of the things that you want to keep in mind is that when parrots are young, it's like a puppy or a kitten. When they're young and frisky and running around and biting things and eating your tennis shoes, they're difficult. They can be hard on you. Now, I have read that hawk-headed parrots can be really kind of hyper. They can be really energetic. And I haven't really found that to be true with Dakota. The truth is, when I tell you what it's like to have a certain parrot as a pet, I do have 21 species of parrots, and so I've experienced more than that, probably around 30. But I really like to address the species that I'm really comfortable with. For example, my kikes, I have 4 of them, and I've had others in the past. So I feel like I know kikes pretty darn well. I've only had 1 hawkhead, 2 macaws, squawking in the background. And so keep in mind that my experience, or what I tell you, is what it's like to have Dakota, the hawkhead, as a pet. Because I might be a little off, because her unique individual characteristics make her her, and I don't know the difference between the common characteristics and what makes Dakota unique as a hawkhead. So, number 1, I thought maybe she wasn't a loud parrot because she was still adjusting. Turns out, Dakota, she can be loud. I think that's a really important thing to keep in mind. Number 2, I saw a different word used for it, but I also saw the word nape. She has an incredible nape. If I can get her to, hi sweetie, she's not gonna pull it up right now. When you think of a yellow naped Amazon, it's the back of their head right here is where they have a yellow spot. Hawkheads have, do you see those red and purple feathers, maybe wineish colored and lilac, I don't know what you want to call those colors. When another parrot comes her way, she blossoms them. She blossoms her nape. It's really pretty. Unfortunately, it is a I'm big and bad, or a who are you? So it's sort of a a defense, and so unfortunately it's not something that she flashes just to look pretty. So trying to get her to show it, especially when I don't want to freak her out, not so easy. But that is an amazing thing about her. Now, she herself is, when she came to me, she was about 240 grams. And so I would call her a ear nibbling, medium large parrot. You see, her tail really, someone commented to me that her tail surprised them. And, I was like, yeah, it surprised me too, because a parakeet is a parrot up to a certain size, and I don't know exactly what that size is, where their tail's long. And for example, my macaws have a long tail. You could see, can you see, there we go, that long tail. Although macaws aren't technically parakeets because they're too big. And then a lot of parrots that don't have a long tail, their tails end about here-ish. So Dakota's so cool. She's got this middle-sized tail. So that's a really neat thing about her. Her personality. because I adopted her, she was really a rescue, and I suspect she's 18 years old. It means she's not in that puppy or kitten stage. She's not super like rambunctious and playful. She's kind of mellow. Right now she's being really active because she's like, where are we? And what's all that noise? I do take her for a walk around the neighborhood once or twice every day, and she loves that. She like looks around and she kind of does her little brrr, and you know, and she's happy. She's really excited, and she preens me. It's like, oh, you're taking me on a walk. Her feathers are unfortunately clipped, although I suspect that even if they weren't, she couldn't fly. And a part of that is because I just, for one thing, another parrot that she kind of came with, we adopted two that came from the same home. We adopted a Major Mitchell. She cannot fly. Not only can she not fly, but just going for a walk and trying to flap her wings a little seemed to like exhaust her wing to the point where instead of tucking it in gently, she was kind of like letting it rest. So that suggests that, don't eat my earring. That suggests to me that they weren't either let out of their cage or, you know, they just didn't fly. And when I do my trick of trying to get Dakota to practice flying or to kind of check to see her flight feathers, and the trick is you raise them up, are you gonna, and then you drop them. See how she's, most parrots, sorry babe, just, yeah, I know, thank you for doing that for the video. I did that, you know, before because I tested, but now because I want you to see, if you have like either a young parrot or a parrot that's been clipped, you can do that with them, and they'll just flutter their wings, and it's good exercise so they can build the muscles so that when their wings, their feathers grow out, then they can fly. So I'm doing that with Dakota, and she's like not even flapping. So it's like those things on either side that I call arms on me are wings on you, and you can use them to fly. And she's like, huh? They just sit here. So I don't know that she understands that she can fly. So Dakota is pretty mellow. I don't know if she got to bond with other parrots. I suspect so far, maybe not. She really likes me, really likes eating my hairpiece. She will, like I said, preen me, which tells me she's, you know, it's like she wants to bond with me. But so far, I'm limiting her access. I'm trying to give her a little access to some of the flock. I'm limiting it, and it's so far like, that's when her nape comes up, because she's like in danger, stranger danger mode. So that's, you know, like telling me that it'll either take her time to really adjust and maybe make a friend, or maybe she won't make a friend. Otherwise, her in particular, I have read that they can make really good pets. Hey Shalha, look, there's a balloon floating over there. Random, how often do you see a yellow balloon just floating on by? Hopefully it's a positive omen. So Dakota so far is really gentle with me. I've read that they can make really good companion pets, and I can see that. I do feel like she and I could like spend a lot of time together and have a lot of fun together. I think she could live on my shoulder kind of thing if I let her. So how would I describe her personality? She can really flare out that nape if she needs to, and then she can call loudly. But mostly, so far, she doesn't seem like an aggressive bird. She seems actually like a sweet, gentle bird. She seems like a friendly bird, especially, you know, she's been very friendly with me. How cool is that? I love that. My macaw's flying back there. What else, Dacky? I call her Dacky for short. She's not a good eater. I'm having problems with that. That's going to be my next video. Anything else? What else can I say about you? I take her into the shower so that she can be around the humidity, because I see that I think they're prone to plucking. I think that's, well, if she had a skin disease, I think that all of her feathers would be coming out. And so Dakota, I strongly suspect, has plucked. And now I don't see any pin feathers, like any new feathers trying to come out. So like I kind of think she's been doing it so long that she's damaged her skin and the follicles. As a matter of fact, I'm giving her TINK'S must-have Parrot Relief. It is CBD and hemp oil to try to help her rebalance and try to bring any stress down that may cause her to pluck. Available on parrotbliss.com. But I think we're after the fact. I think that, you know, she's already damaged her skin. I don't think that you could say it's 100% irreversible, but I think it's probably like, I don't know, 85% irreversible or 90. I don't know. Maybe I'll ask my vet. But Dakota is fantastic. Now, I have only seen one other hawkhead listed as being for sale, and it was like $8,500 in December of 2021. Dakota wasn't quite that expensive because she was a rescue, but they're really expensive and you can't even find them. You know, when you look for a hawkhead for sale, there's like nothing. So if you have the chance at a hawkhead, if I were you, I would jump on it. You have to realize you are bringing a noisy parrot into your home. You have to realize you are bringing a parrot into your home whose diet should include some extra nut fat. Dakota seems to like to eat seeds, which right now, if you can see her crop, it's low. And so I'm trying to get her to eat. So I'm to the point where anything she'll eat, I will give her. She seems totally fine. I already, you know, went to the vet and had her poops tested, and you know, there's nothing that we can find, but so it may just be her. And I'm trying to get an angle where you could see it. Can you step up, sweetie? Because if you look at her crop, you will see that, do you see how her neck goes in, it kind of grooves in a little? Right there, you can see it. So if I have to, I will force feed her. And I have done that once or twice so far. Sometimes I can just get her to take baby food. I've tried pellets, I've tried macaw mix, I've tried nuts, different kinds of nuts, because she's a nut eater and she should have a pretty good nut fat in her diet. You do have to realize though that you are bringing a nut eater into your home, which means you need to buy pellets, plus you need to give them fresh vegetables, plus you need to have a nut budget, because nuts aren't inexpensive and you do need to feed them nuts on a regular basis. I need to double check with my experts, but she is a nut eater, so I'm guessing she's going to fall around the African Gray, African Cape, which I have both, and they are each parrot should be getting about a quarter cup of nuts every day. So that's what I need to work on with Dakota. Now, when we say a quarter cup of nuts, that can also be like, I can put coconut oil on their vegetables and that counts towards it. And then you kind of have to like measure and kind of figure out what works so that your parrot is as healthy as possible. Parrot health is super important to me, so diet's super important. And so that is something that I've got going on with this beautiful, wonderful girl. I think she's just amazing. She is in a class of her own, just truly, because I believe there's a subspecies to the hawkhead or red fan tail parrot, but otherwise they don't have any immediate relatives. In other words, there's like when you talk about a green cheek conure, one of their close relatives in the same Puria, I think is how you pronounce it, gene family is a crimson-bellied conure, but not so with Dakota. With Dakota, with a hawkhead, they're the only ones. They're in the Cetacine family. They are parrots, but there's no one close by. All right, that's going to be a wrap for what it's like, and I will finish by saying what it's like is fantastic. I think she's incredible. She's one of my new favorites. I have 21 favorites, and you know, each one is so different, and each species just has its own magic and its own essence and its own characteristics. So I love parrots, and I'm crazy about Dakota. I just think she's fantastic. I feel like, I think I would say my Pyonis has a really gentle soul, my new Pyonis parrot. Dakota does too, but the Pyonis steals that title So then I have to kind of figure out what your title is. But she's also just a very sweet, I kind of feel like if she was a person, if I could attribute characteristics, I kind of feel like she might be compassionate, like a deep soul. Just really, that's my experience of her so far. Incredible parrot. So again, if you have the chance, fantastic parrot. Thank you for sticking with me through this blissful video. If you have any questions about parrots, please be sure to comment below. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and setting your preferences so that YouTube lets you know, generally speaking, when we have a video the next day. If you're not new and you're used to hanging out, thank you. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you listening to my squawking about parrots. I love parrots, love talking about them. Now I better go and let you go. Have a wonderful afternoon.